Have you ever wondered what happens when the world's largest criminal organization decides to move their entire operation in one massive convoy? When traffickers believe that sheer numbers and overwhelming force can guarantee safe passage across international borders? On the morning of August 22, 2025, that strategy met its ultimate test in the Sonoran Desert, in what would become known as Operation Thunderstorm. 370 U.S. military helicopters prepared to face the largest ground convoy in criminal history, a mechanized armada so vast, so heavily equipped, that it stretched for over 8 miles across the desert landscape. But this isn't a simple interdiction mission. This isn't a routine border patrol encounter. What unfolds across the desert floor is an aerial demonstration of American military power so overwhelming that it redefines the concept of air-ground operations, where precision coordination meets massive scale, and where the vast emptiness of desert becomes a controlled engagement zone. This is combined arms warfare from the sky. And once the criminal convoy enters the designated intercept area, the desert itself becomes an inescapable tactical environment. At 3:15 a.m., the Mexican desert awakens to the rumble of hundreds of engines. What emerges from hidden staging areas across Sonora represents 4 years of criminal planning and resource accumulation. This isn't just a convoy, it's a mobile criminal empire, designed to move the equivalent of 6 months' worth of illegal substance production in a single, overwhelming push toward the U.S. border. The scale defies comprehension. Leading the formation are 48 heavily modified armored vehicles, each one reinforced with steel plating and equipped with defensive systems. These aren't improvised modifications. They're professionally engineered transport vehicles, converted by skilled technicians who understand both automotive engineering and defensive requirements. Behind the lead vehicles stretches the main body of the convoy, 340 cargo trucks, each one capable of carrying 12 tons of illegal contraband. The trucks move in perfect formation, their drivers connected by encrypted radio networks and GPS tracking systems. Hidden within refrigerated containers and false cargo compartments lies the largest single shipment of illegal substances ever assembled, worth over $20 billion in street value. Protecting this mobile fortune are 180 escort vehicles, modified SUVs and pickup trucks, each one equipped with defensive equipment and manned by experienced security personnel. Many of these guards are former military operators from various countries, recruited with substantial salaries and equipped with professional-grade weapons and communication systems. The convoy's electronic warfare capabilities are equally impressive. Mobile jamming stations, disguised as commercial trucks, are positioned throughout the formation. Their mission: disrupt American surveillance systems, GPS tracking, and radio communications that might compromise the operation. Sophisticated radar equipment, mounted on modified vehicles, provides early warning against aircraft or drone surveillance. At the rear of the convoy, command and control vehicles coordinate the entire operation. These mobile headquarters contain satellite communication systems, real-time GPS tracking of every vehicle, and direct communication links to criminal leadership across multiple countries. The convoy isn't just transporting contraband, it's a demonstration of criminal organizational capability that rivals military operations. The total force: 568 vehicles, over 2,000 personnel, and enough illegal substances to supply criminal networks across North America for 6 months. Their route has been planned for 2 years, following paths that avoid Mexican military installations and civilian populations. Electronic counter-surveillance measures are designed to defeat American satellite monitoring and border detection systems. But what they don't know is that every vehicle, every radio transmission, and every movement has been tracked by U.S. intelligence for 8 months. Their massive convoy isn't hidden from American surveillance. It's been allowed to assemble specifically to enable the largest helicopter operation in U.S. military history. The American response: Operation Thunderstorm. 300 miles north, across 7 U.S. military installations, the most massive helicopter operation ever planned, reaches final preparation stages. Operation Thunderstorm represents more than interdiction. It's a demonstration of American rotary wing capabilities so overwhelming that it will fundamentally change how criminal organizations think about large-scale transportation. The numbers are staggering. 370 military helicopters, drawn from Army, Navy, Marine Corps, and Air Force units across the southwestern United States. This isn't just about stopping one convoy. It's about proving that no criminal operation, regardless of size or sophistication, can operate beyond American reach. From Fort Hood, Texas, 85 UH-60 Black Hawk helicopters, each carrying 8 fully equipped soldiers trained in rapid deployment and vehicle interdiction. These aircraft will provide the primary insertion force, delivering over 680 combat personnel directly into the engagement zone. From Nellis Air Force Base, 42 HH-60 Pavehawk helicopters equipped for combat search and rescue, personnel recovery, and medical evacuation. Their role: ensure that any American personnel requiring assistance receive immediate support. From Camp Pendleton, 67 CH-53 Super Stallion heavy-lift helicopters capable of transporting vehicles, supplies, and large numbers of personnel. These aircraft will establish forward operating bases and provide logistical support for extended operations. From Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, 38 AH-64 Apache attack helicopters armed with precision missiles and 30mm chain guns. Their mission: provide fire support and engage any hostile vehicles that attempt to resist or flee the operation. From various Marine Corps installations, 48 UH-1 Huey helicopters and 36 AH-1 Cobra attack helicopters, providing additional transport and close air support capabilities. From Army National Guard units, 54 OH-58 Kiowa reconnaissance helicopters, equipped with advanced sensors and communication systems to coordinate the massive operation and provide real-time intelligence. The coordination required is unprecedented in military aviation history. Every helicopter operates within precisely defined altitude bands, flight corridors, and communication frequencies. Digital coordination systems ensure that 370 aircraft can operate simultaneously without collision risk or communication interference. Supporting the helicopters are extensive ground-based assets: mobile command posts, fuel trucks, ammunition resupply vehicles, medical facilities, and prisoner processing stations. The operation is designed to be completely self-sufficient, capable of sustained operations for 48 hours without external support. The chosen intercept area spans 200 square miles of Sonoran Desert, carefully selected for its isolation from civilian populations and its terrain advantages for helicopter operations. Every ridge, every valley, every potential escape route has been mapped and assigned to specific helicopter units. The engagement zone is divided into 6 sectors, each one controlled by a different helicopter squadron. Overlapping fields of observation ensure that no vehicle can move without being tracked. Pre-positioned fuel and ammunition supplies enable sustained operations without returning to base. Electronic warfare systems, transported by heavy-lift helicopters, create a communications blackout zone that prevents the convoy from coordinating with external support. GPS jamming systems disrupt navigation, while radio interference prevents effective communication between convoy vehicles. At 4:47 a.m., satellite surveillance confirms that the criminal convoy has entered the final approach corridor toward the U.S. border. The massive formation stretches across 8.3 miles of desert highway, moving at a steady 45 miles per hour toward what they believe is an undefended crossing point. What they don't realize is that they're driving directly into the most sophisticated helicopter trap ever constructed. In 23 minutes, when they reach the designated intercept coordinates, 370 American helicopters will rise from concealed positions and demonstrate why challenging U.S. airspace is a catastrophic miscalculation. The desert appears empty. The sky seems clear. But beneath the surface of the terrain, behind ridgelines and in hidden valleys, the largest helicopter force in history waits in perfect 5:10 a.m. The Sonoran Desert stretches endlessly under the pre-dawn sky, its silence broken only by the distant rumble of 568 vehicles grinding across the hardpan. The criminal convoy maintains perfect formation, their encrypted radios buzzing with routine status updates. Electronic countermeasures sweep the horizon, detecting no aircraft, no surveillance, no threats. Their confidence is absolute. For 47 minutes, they've traveled through empty desert without encountering any resistance. Border crossings that should be heavily defended show no activity. American patrol aircraft that normally monitor these areas are conspicuously absent. What they don't understand is that they're not avoiding American forces. They're being herded into the most sophisticated aerial trap ever constructed. At exactly 5:10:30, the first UH-60 Black Hawk rises above the eastern ridgeline, its rotor disc silhouetted against the lightening sky. Then another, then 10 more. Within 30 seconds, the horizon fills with helicopters emerging from concealed positions like a mechanical sunrise. The convoy's electronic warfare systems scream warnings as 370 aircraft signatures flood their detection screens. Radio traffic explodes with panicked Spanish as drivers realize they're surrounded by the largest helicopter formation in military history. The storm begins. The psychological impact is immediate and devastating. Convoy drivers who moments before felt secure in their massive numbers suddenly find themselves dwarfed by an aerial armada that blocks out sections of the sky. The sound alone is overwhelming. 370 helicopter rotors creating a thunderous roar that drowns out all radio communication. Apache attack helicopters take positions at 2,000-meter intervals along the convoy's flanks. Their weapon systems trained on lead vehicles and potential escape routes. The message is unmistakable. Any attempt to flee or resist will result in immediate consequences. Blackhawks begin landing operations at predetermined coordinates, deploying combat teams in perfect coordination. Within 90 seconds, American forces establish blocking positions at every major intersection, vehicle access point, and potential escape route. The convoy, spread across 8 miles of desert highway, discovers that every exit is sealed. Super Stallion heavy-lift helicopters deploy mobile command posts and communication facilities, establishing complete battlefield coordination within minutes. The massive convoy, which seemed unstoppable moments before, is now completely contained within an aerial perimeter that extends for miles in every direction. The convoy's leadership attempts to coordinate a response, but their communications are completely jammed by American electronic warfare systems. GPS displays show false coordinates. Radio traffic is flooded with interference, and encrypted communication networks are compromised by systems they never knew existed. U-60. Blackhawks begin precision landing operations, inserting small teams at specific convoy positions. Their mission isn't to engage the entire convoy simultaneously. It's to systematically isolate and secure key vehicles while maintaining overall containment. Lead vehicles, identified through months of surveillance as containing criminal leadership, receive special attention. Helicopter teams land directly adjacent to command vehicles, their personnel equipped with specialized equipment for rapid vehicle disabling and personnel apprehension. The convoy's security teams attempt to establish defensive positions, but quickly realize they're facing an impossible tactical situation. Ground-based weapons are ineffective against helicopters operating at coordinated altitudes. Every movement is tracked by reconnaissance aircraft, equipped with thermal imaging and real-time communication systems. Cargo trucks containing the most valuable illegal substances are identified and secured individually. American forces, equipped with detailed intelligence about convoy composition, know exactly which vehicles to prioritize. Within minutes, the most critical elements of the shipment are under U.S. control. CH-53. Super Stallions deploy mobile processing stations directly onto the desert floor. These temporary facilities designed for rapid deployment can handle vehicle searches, personnel processing, and evidence documentation on a massive scale. The convoy's defensive systems prove completely inadequate against helicopter operations. Electronic jamming equipment, designed to disrupt satellite surveillance and radio communications, is useless against aircraft operating with direct visual contact and encrypted digital communication systems. Apache helicopters demonstrate precision engagement capabilities by disabling specific convoy vehicles, targeting engines, tires, and communication equipment while avoiding injury to personnel. The message is clear. American forces can selectively neutralize any vehicle at any time, but are choosing restraint. Reconnaissance helicopters coordinate the entire operation through real-time intelligence sharing. Every convoy vehicle is tracked, every person accounted for, and every piece of evidence documented through systems that process information faster than criminal organizations can respond. By minute 15, the transformation is complete. What began as the largest criminal convoy in history has become the largest evidence seizure operation ever conducted. Not through violence or destruction, but through overwhelming coordination and technological superiority. Systematic processing. The convoy's 2,000-plus personnel face a choice they never anticipated. Cooperation with American forces who clearly possess overwhelming tactical advantages, or resistance against military capabilities they cannot comprehend. Most choose cooperation. Mobile processing stations deployed by heavy-lift helicopters begin systematic documentation of personnel, vehicles, and contraband. The scale is enormous. 568 vehicles to search, over 2,000 individuals to process, and billions of dollars in illegal substances to catalog and secure. The convoy's leadership, isolated in their command vehicles by precision helicopter operations, discover that their encrypted communications have been monitored for months. Every plan, every route change, and every contingency has been anticipated by American intelligence. Intelligence teams begin systematic interviews with convoy personnel. Many are cooperative, understanding that their situation is hopeless, and their best option is full collaboration with American authorities. The information gathered reveals criminal networks spanning dozens of countries. Mission success. At minute 21, the operation commander transmits a status update that makes military history. 370 aircraft on station, 568 vehicles secured, 2,000-plus personnel in custody, 0 casualties, mission proceeding ahead of schedule. The convoy's sophisticated electronic warfare systems are systematically shut down and cataloged. Equipment worth millions of dollars, designed to evade American surveillance, becomes evidence of criminal technical capabilities and international supply networks. Financial records discovered in command vehicles reveal the economic scale of the operation. The convoy represents not just one shipment, but the culmination of criminal investment exceeding $500 million. Its capture disrupts criminal financing across multiple organizations and countries. The largest criminal convoy in history has become the most successful helicopter operation in U.S. military history. The desert floor, which moments before witnessed the movement of 568 criminal vehicles, now hosts a systematic law enforcement operation coordinated by 370 military aircraft. That's all it took for 370 U.S. helicopters to transform the largest criminal convoy in history into the most comprehensive evidence seizure ever conducted. But Operation Thunderstorm was designed for more than interdiction. It was planned as a demonstration of American helicopter capabilities so overwhelming that it would fundamentally alter how criminal organizations think about large-scale transportation.